Here we go. Let's see, the Dow's already down like 250. The NASDAQ's flat at 10, 16. Again, the game plan today is to try to trade strong ones into strong fives. Been working. I work third shift, so this is going to be kind of a effort, but I enjoy this. Nothing on the strong scanners, but I don't start worrying about that till about 15 or 20 minutes in. This is strong down, strong up, even stronger up. New high of day, new low of day. These do not have the strength categories built in. So these are just these may never hit the strong scan. So we'll just have to just wait and see what they do. I see a lot of familiar names up and down. No big gaps today. The Q was up like 17 cents. The SPY's down like 64 cents. No big. It's flat open. Maybe it'll be a little easier to trade today. Going to try to do better at moving cameras and all that. Again, right here is what I'm looking at. I've got the gap column. Again, most of these indicators I program myself. I think they're very useful. There's some third-party proprietary indicators that I use. I paid for them. I don't own them. But that's the gap column right there. SPY's 22 cent down. The Qs were 24 cent up. Right now heading down. That's the net change. That's a standard. That is a standard Ninja Trader indicator. But that is mine. These three are mine. Well, this whole row is mine right here. I designed it. Well, including these right here, all the way through to right here. These four are not mine. That's mine. All these are mine. These are mine. These are mine. These are mine. These are standard stochastics and RSI, and then these are mine. And I hope to market them. I think they're useful. I think they're helpful. I've not gotten that far yet. Nothing on the scanners. 5 minutes in. I'm experimenting with this one up here, so I don't pay that one any attention. This is price action on the 1, price action on the 5. Everything's heading down. Again, I designed these price action indicators. All right, coin and BABA showing up on the strong down scanner. And again, I think I missed one trade yesterday. I didn't move the camera. Well, I'm hoping that'll get more fluid, like second nature. Seven minutes in. And again, I've talked about this probably on every video. I trade the 30-minute open range. I tried to trade the 5 for years, then tried to trade the 10 to give me more time to make a decision. Then I tried to trade the 15, same reason. Make it give me just a few more minutes to try to grab that perfect one, which to me a perfect one is a reverse parabolic on the open, and I can show you one right here. It happened with Reddit yesterday. That's a reverse parabolic, and that's a good move. And it did move at the 30-minute mark, like I'm shooting for. I don't remember seeing it. I don't know where it was buried or if I was looking at something else, but that's a pretty good move. So I know the 5 was strong, but if you'll look at the same, time frame, you can get it up here. We never really had good confluence. This is 10 o'clock right here. That's the 30-minute time frame, open range right there. We had good volume, and we had a little short run of from about 150, 150 to, and it flattened out here to about 152. We had a dollar run there, but undoubtedly it only flickered on the one showing strength for just a few minutes, like maybe 3 bars, 3 minutes. And I don't know if I missed it or if I just, I'd have to go back and look at the recording. I don't remember. But the 5 looks great. But I'm going to go ahead and tell you, to be in it, I guess maybe I need to change my sentiment, but I like to be in and out quick. That's why I look for that kind of momentum. But this was a trade that if you'd got in right here, could have made $1, but it did go up to about $5 to right there. So that's a 35-minute trade. I don't know, man. I guess some people do that. Uh, 5 looks great. That's a very strong 5. But the 1, I just wish it would have had a little more momentum. I would have probably maybe I would have picked up on it, and maybe I did. I don't know. Maybe I disregarded it because the 1 didn't hold its momentum. It was intermittent. It held it, like I said, it held it for about 3 or 4 bars. 1, 2, 3, and then we got a little gray right down here in the heat map, and the stochastics drop back. I have to tell you, if you see it, and this is just from my personal experience, and that's up that y'all can, and I'm just telling you what I've seen, trading and looking at different charts. That's it's strong on the 5, but it's weak on the 1. And Friday, I think it was, I tried to trade weak 1s into strong 5s, because strong 5s can hold up, and eventually the 1s move in that direction. I lost $900. So I've got to be a little more patient with my trades, because I really don't want to be in a 30-minute trade. I don't want to be in a 30-minute trade. It's great money, but you're going to be up, you're going to be even, you're going to be down, you're going to be up, and then you're going to be down a little bit, you're going to be up a little bit, maybe a little bit more than that. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. We have 3 stocks showing up on the scans: FSLR, DLTR, USO. That's the up. That's the strong up. This is even stronger. So they're on both scans. We're about 12 minutes in. We'll see if we get any. We'll see if we get any confluence, any. See, we have some strong 5s that have some strong 1s. What I want is I don't mind it going flat, but I want another strong boost up. And when it's going flat, I want it to hold the strength of the RSI, and just so I'll know that it does have some strength to that move. So when the next leg up, I can be more confident. But I traded, I think 5 trades that day, and lost 9, was down 900, big red day. And I tried this was what I tried to trade. I tried to trade into this strong 5. That's a strong 5. When you got a stochastics that's in the 88 range, and the 90 range, and the RSI's in the 88, that's a strong 5. And the reason I traded those trades was I've seen it happen. I've seen the 1s flatten out, and then just when they start to move, they move really strong. So I did that. And they failed. They did not follow through. So I'm trying to be more selective. And I want more strength. I want 85, like right here. That's an 85 right there. Actually, it's let me tell you what that is. That RSI on the 5 right there, that's a 90. That's smoking. So down here on the 1, at the height of this little 3-minute run, it's at 82. That's strong. What we want is it to get at that 82. If it goes sideways, we still want it to hold at 82 and then move up. But those trades, I went back and looked at all of them. They were all weak. It's bad decision. I don't think so. I really thought the 5, as strong as they were, would really would really cause buying coming in and push those ones up, and it didn't happen. Didn't happen. But I trade the one again. I've said this before. I trade the one because the one is going to be more reactive. The 5 can still look strong, and the one be down $2, and you're in the trade, and you were up at, let's say, 152. The one pulls back $2, and but the 5, all the numbers on the 5 say you're strong, but you just lost $2. You just lost $2 of unrealized profit because the one drifted back, and you're looking at the 5 numbers. Of course, you can see your profit pulling back on your screen, but I don't know. I try to trade the one because I think it gives good information, and I try to trade confluence because it works well when it works. Just I traded. I don't even want to say I traded early. I had some weak ones, 1 minute charts that I thought would explode into how strong the 5s were, and they didn't. So right now I'm waiting on very strong ones confluent with very strong 5s. And another thing, the best way to get that is if the stock is trading new highs. That's and these I traded had pulled back a little bit, and I don't know. I better. I don't want to speak out of turn. I don't. It's Friday was a few days ago, so I don't want to recall wrong and speak wrong. But they did fail. I think it was Friday. I don't know. It might have been Monday. I don't know. Let's see. It was Tuesday. I don't know. All right. We're 18 minutes in. PLTR is flickering on the strong up scan. All the ones we had are the 3 that we had are gone. Let's see if they come back. CVX kind of flickering. Alright, let's start throwing some numbers over here. PLTR is going. A little experiment up here, I'll throw some of those on there. Some of these can move. And PLTR is up there also. Let's see what happens. And again, I try to wait till the 30-minute range. Don't get me wrong, I get FOMO. I want to get some of this move that's here. Team is up almost $2 above the 5-minute open range. It has pulled back some. Golly. All right, team is about. Let me find it again. Team was a gap up of 190. And this is the net change. This is the 5-minute range, up in range. It's up $1.62, and all those were making big moves. And when I mean big moves, $1 and $2 moves, and they've all pulled back. That's why the open range, the 5-minute open range is and even the first 15 minutes is tough to trade because you get all this pullback. It's up and down. So I don't trade it. I wait till it settles down and gives direction. And I found the best one that does that is the 30-minute open range. And again, like I said, I traded. It must have been a couple of days ago. So that would have been Tuesday, right? Yeah, maybe it was 900 down on Tuesday, Monday or Tuesday, not Friday. We got some more coming in, strong, AVAV, snow. I think now's already up there. Yep. DLTR. Oh. I'll throw some shorts on there so you can see how having market analyzer set up like this, it separates the strong and the weak very well, very visible. So we'll throw those on there. Right now, we got we're 20 minutes in. We got one team is breaking the 20-minute high. It's 11 cents off the high, so it's doing very well. Now is 21 cents above the 20-minute. And again, I'll try to do better at keeping what I'm talking about and looking at on the camera. NEM is on the strong down. So we'll put those over there and watch it sort out once it hits the 30, of course. The 20-minute, we're 3 minutes into the 20-minute open range, and we've got nobody really breaking out above it or below it. I don't know who AVA is. Maybe it might be Avis, maybe, or something. Whatever. It had an $18 gap up. Snow. Snow had a $61 gap up. Dollar Tree. DLTR. I think that's Dollar Tree. $15 gap. Let's see what they do. Right now they're just flat. DLTR flat. And I mean, they've probably already made their move. All they're going to do is probably see a lot of profit taken. Could be wrong. Could be wrong. But what I'm looking for now is 80 to 85 on the 1, 90, 95 on the stochastics. And then on the 5, same thing. 85 to 90 and 90s. Mid to high 90s. And we're getting it on team. That's what we want to see. 80s and 90s. That's pretty strong. and then we lose volume. These columns are the buy sell. This is buy sell on the 5, pace up on the 1, buy sell on the 1, pace down on the 1. And pace is basically, pace up is how hard how fast the offers are being hit, and pace down is how fast the bids are being hit. And you'd be surprised at how quick, when pace comes in, big pace comes in, how quick it can knock a price back. It's something to see, and that's what I like these indicators, because they're very visible. The numbers are objective. You're not guessing. The fellow that sells these on his website, he calls it delta volume. He has separated out buy volume and sell volume. He calls it supply and demand. And I basically, I've tried to build my workflow around these indicators here. Again, I buy them. I get no money from this. I'm just telling you they're a part of my workflow. If you want to use them, you'll have to go buy them. Okay, IBM's hit the strong scanner. Oracle has hit. DLTR is back on there. Now it's back on there. IBM's back on there. Let's see what kind of strength we got. Anybody above the 30 yet? Or the 25? It would be the 25. PLTR is above the 25. We got 80s and 90s. 80s and 90s, that's good. We got steepness on the 5, no steepness on the 1, so we got no momentum. So our biggest mover right now is AVAV. That was up $18. It's 92 cents above the 25. And look, it dropped all the way back to 28 cents. I'm sure that's probably got a big spread on it. We'll just wait and see how this works out. We'll put it on the chart since it looks like it's moving really well. 209.20, 209.50, 209.20, 209.70. That's a 50-cent spread. That's pretty big. CRM's hitting high today, so we'll put that on there. SATS is hitting high day scanner. Adobe is hitting high day scanner. All right, we're looking momentum on the 1. If I had momentum on the 1, then I'll look to see if I got momentum on the 5. Then I'll look and see if there's any strength to back that momentum up. That's my flow right now. And I look at the price action. Sorry. I look for momentum on the 1. Then I look for it on the 5. Then I look for strength to back it up on the 1 and the 5. And then I look at the price action to make sure I don't have anything being, pulling back on me. And that's pretty much my flow. And then I move it over to the chart, and I wait for this X control dot right here, that green dot, which signifies total control of the offers, and that's from the website. That's another one of those inbox wave indicators that I use that I think is very helpful. Adobe is now on the strong scan. Okay. Now, that's a 251 above the 30. I don't think we've not hit the 30 range yet. I don't know if that's a glitch, or if it might have held from yesterday's, and it hadn't cleared yet, but it dropped out. And we want to look at the top 2 or 3 and the bottom 2 or 3, because those are the ones that are moving. Snow's at the top, 60 cent, 61.74 gap. That's pretty strong. But PLTR is the one that has the 80s and 90s and is looking really good. Small spread. I'm going to take a trade on it. It's very strong on the 1 and very strong on the 5. Got good volume. 751, 758, 4,000K. Will it fail? It might. But the 1 is where I want to trade. Let's see if it'll pull big. We don't want it to pull back, but it might. These numbers are still positive. The peach is it means the peach means it's a down move. The numbers are still positive and they're growing, so it means they're still buying. But this pace right here, this is what pace will do for you. This is how fast the bids are being hit. The 5 is strong. We just lost all the strength on the 1, but the 5 is strong, and I've seen it move back into the 1 when it's this strong. That's a 92 on the RSI. And these numbers are still growing. 199, 15, that's an up move with a positive. That's blue, it means it's an up move. These are positive numbers growing. If negative pace hadn't come in, we'd be looking at least $1 probably. And that's, I did 500 shares because this spread was close. And PLTR, still growing right here. Golly damn it. Missed part of that trade, guys, I'm sorry. Where I was talking about the numbers. The pace is coming in again and knocking it down. But that's a strong 5 in the 90s. The 1 is weakened a little bit. It was at 80s. It was in the 90s. Now it's 86. I think it was 90. It was, yep, it was a 90.82. All right, let's see if the numbers come back in and they do some buying. Again, the 5 is very strong. The 1 is weakened a lot, quite a bit. I got to decide if I want to try to get out, or if the 1, I traded weak 1s into strong 5s the other day and I didn't do well. But that 5 is real strong, 92 and 93. We're still in the 80s on the 1. Stowe has dropped out. Pace is in. This green number's pace. We're flat here. So we lost all momentum, but it's hanging. It's holding up. That's good. We still got 92 and 90 on the 5. Not good here. Negative numbers are in.
Order filled.
Negative numbers came in. Dang it. All right. Weak on the 1 right here. Strong on the 5s. Snow is definitely it's 61.74 for the gap. It's up $1. Well, it pulled back a little bit. It's at $1. All right, there it goes again. Buying's coming back in. I'm gonna try it again. We got 84.90 on the 1. We still got 99.99 on stochastics on the 5. All right, let's see if we can get some more moves. These numbers are positive again, but pace can knock it down. If you feel comfortable taking your money off the table now, take it off. But I'm going to, because we still are a little bit flat on the 2 there. And it's already overextended on the 5 a little bit. But it's still strong on the 5. We got negative pace coming in. That's killing us. But PLTers are number 1. We don't take our eyes off of this one. This one can go, this one can push on up. I think I did it again, guys. I think I missed that trade. I swear. I'm looking at these numbers here. They're bouncing around 14.9, 14.6, 14.7, and then they'll go to 13. So they're trying to buy it, but the pace is keeping it down here. This red number is pace, how hard the bids are being hit. But it is at the top. It's 110 above the 30-minute open range, $1.10, and it's on both strong scanners over here. It's right here. That's right there and right there. So we're going to keep an eye on that one. And I'm sorry, I think you missed part of that trade. Well, nothing to see. I think it hit a high of about 120, 130 maybe. But that's the one we want to trade right there. That where the RSI is 85.90 and stochastics is in the high 90s. That's the momentum I'm talking about. Those are the trades I did not make the other day when I lost like 900 bucks. So now we've lost we've pretty much lost the 1 completely now, and the 5 is it's weakened pretty bad too. Down 115. And nothing else is doing anything. Look, zeros, 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 zeros. PLTR still the best opportunity. Let's see if it'll pull back and make that run. The 5 is weak now. No blue, no green. Turned red, which means that's the stochastic. It's the fastest mover of the stochastics. It's negative now. That's how fast it moved. That's the 1. This is the 1 information. This is the 5 information. Well. And then we can talk about these columns. Now we got heavy selling. That's a minus 208K on the 1 minute for PLTR. That is this number right here, minus 244. It's that number right over here. So I know what the chart looks like based on what my market analyzer looks like. This is heavy pace down, which is this number right here. Heavy pace right there. VA's hitting a new high scanner. Again, we concentrate on the top 2 to 3 and the bottom 2 to 3 because they're the ones that have moved. BA is there. We have no strength on the 1. We got we're missing some pieces on. We have no strength on the 1 right here. We're missing some pieces, or one piece of the 5 right there. Again, I traded weak 1s into strong 5s. And I had an expectation we'd get a little move. I really did. And it failed 3 times. I think it was 3 times I did that. And then I traded SOXL, which happened to be the best move after I started looking at it at the end of the day. I'm going to have to pause you guys. Alright. Let's see. BA's weak on the 1. BA's weak on the 5. It's 186 above. Let's look at it. It's got momentum. It's got good volume. But it is kind of weak. It's got a 2, an X control 2. You see there? Look at that right there. Look at that. Look at that pop right there down. If it's weak, man, it's just weak. It is what it is. And PLTR has moved all the way back down. It moved inside it lost the 30, moved back inside the 25. Will it come back sometime today? Again, your guess is as good as mine. All right, this is good. 85 there. We're weak on the 5, but a strong 1 is a good start. And it was GDXJ. It has moved up above the 30-minute open range, but it's still negative on the day. And don't like to do those. That'll like that. It's still weak on the 5, weak on the 1, and it's going to be because it had the big gap down, and all the RSIs and stochastics have got to climb up the chart to get strong. So that's IBM. The 5s are definitely weak. The 1s are weak. Let's just wait. Again, we want to focus on the top 2 or 3, and those are the ones we want to be interested in. Let's look at I think that's IBM. Let's look at IBM. It's weak on the 1. It's not where I want to be. It may, like I said, it may slow grind to the next $5, but we're not in the 80 to 90 range. 80 to 85, 90 on RSI. We're at 74. We are in the 90s on we just got X controls on, well, they're flashing, but like I was saying, we don't have 80 to 85 here. We do have 90s on stochastics. 5 is real weak. It's like 72 and 90s. Nah, we'll wait. BA is our leader. It's BA is our leader. It's 39. It's 19 cents off the high. Got no volume to speak of. That's a negative. That's negative on the 1. Now it's flashing positive. Got a 4 cent down. Again, just a little chaotic. Again, no strength to go along with this little bit of momentum we see here. But again, it's starting. This was down at the negative, in the negative stochastics and RSI, and it's up. So I guess it's done. We'll look at it. We'll put it back on the chart. Again, we've got steepness. We're at 64 and 99. We had a little bit of volume there. That volume was 101K. That volume up here on the 5 was 191K. That's good volume, but you're moving through the 20 moving average. Now you're coming up on the 50 moving average. And it's moving. It's getting there. It's number 2. 1 cent off the. It's number 2. 1 cent off the high right there. But it's getting ready to tap against the. Getting ready to hit the 50 moving average, which is can pose a very strong level of resistance for price. Again, it's not what I trade. These reversals, it's not what I trade. I try to trade something that's breaking the new highs, that's got good momentum, and of course, like you just saw, pace can come in and ruin a great potential play. I really thought PLTR was getting ready to move minimum of $1, maybe $2, and I had big shares because the spread was real close. All right, I'll let you see what I'm looking at. IBM is number what, 3? $5 gap up, almost a $6 gap up, 25 cents off the high. It's just slow grinding up. Maybe I should do a slow grind. I got steepness, but I want to be in and out. I want to be in and out. I don't want to take 4 bars. That's 266 to 268. That's a $2 move there. 266.70 to 268.50. So that's a $2 move there. But it was weak. It's weak down here. Damn it. But it is number 2 now. That's good. That's good buying on the 5, good buying on the 1, strength and momentum. We're missing a piece right here on the 5. It's weak. Back over here. 75 is not that strong. QCOM is showing up on the strong scanner. I don't know what ARMG is, but it's there. I think FSLR we put on earlier today. We'll try it again in case I missed it. All right. And see, look right here. See what it does? It pulls right back. When it's weak, it just, I don't know. QCOM is right here. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 down. Had some good buying on the 1 there. That's what I was looking at. Momentum on the 1, momentum on the 5. Weak right here. Weak right here. And we'll look at it. Alright, just made us move above the 200. Just made us move above the 200. That's the 200 moving average right there. That's pretty good resistance that it's gotten past. Still weak down here. I don't know. I'm not going to trade it. It's really weak on the 1 now. It's below, it's like 59 and 61. It's weak. Oh, look at that move down. The SPY and the Qs are moving down on the 1. Starting to show weakness on the 5 also right here. The SPY and the Qs are moving down on the 1 right here. It's flickering back here though, showing weakness on the 5 also. FSLR is the top one. Doesn't have any kind of strength or volume right now. The second one is BA. And FSLR is 95 cents off the high. BA is 30 cents off the high. SATS is 10 or 12 cents off the high. But nothing's strong. The SATS is showing a little bit of strength, and it moved above the 200 right there. But the 5 is, the 1 is weak. I'm telling you, I don't want to trade a weak 1. I've done that. I did that the other day, and I'm not in a hurry to do it again. All right, let's look at this FSLR. All right, that's good strength right there. We got 80s and 90s on the 1. We got high 80s and mid 90s on the 5. Fairly close spread there. I'll go 300. We don't really have the momentum I want, but it is our number 2. Again, I'm trying to be more selective. Net just hit the the strong scanner. Reddit is on the high of day. Coin hit high of day. I've traded coin, and let me tell you that rascal, that's one that can make you not can ruin your day. I'll just tell you, it can ruin your day. No momentum on the 1s. Pullbacks on FSLR here. Net is looking okay. until I look at it, and then it does whatever it does. SNXX, new highs, hood, new highs. QCOM got some momentum on the one. SNXX got some momentum on the one. Still got some weak numbers over here. It's not super strong, but it is moving. I'm sure this is not a smart play. Yeah, I'm gonna wait. I want to get a piece of a good run, not a not I don't want to mess with anything else weak. I've done that. I did that already, and it wasn't a good result. So the small, I mean, you're gonna these small losses, like I think it was $80 down yesterday. Today I'm 115. Those you can recover from, but a $900 loss, that takes a little longer to get rid of, to get it off the books. I think I saw this a few maybe a couple 3 weeks ago. I don't know if y'all know who Ross Cameron is. I watch his stuff. I can't trade like him, but Ross, I think he lost like $75,000 earlier in the month, and then he spent the rest of the month getting it back, and he did get it back because he's good. He's good at what he does. All right, SNXX is moving. We got almost an 80 and 100. We got 79 and high 90s here. The spread is about 40 cents. It is our number one leader. It's already at 11 and went up $5 that quick. I'm going to have to go small shares on that then if it went that quick. All right, let's try it. See if it'll let me get in there. Pace is coming in. I'm not going to hang on to it like I did a while ago. All right. We did 168 on that. Again, it wasn't blue green, but the volume was good. The momentum was great on the one, and we got those quick little bursts. We're out 168. I'm up a whole $49. So, and that was on 200 shares because the spread's about 40 cents. That's a big spread. Probably should have done 100. And this one here, SNXX, it can motor. It can go. It can turn on a dime too and go down really, really hard. A is on the strong scanner, but it's not strong. You can see it right down here. It's not strong. And QCOM has snuck up and moved up a little bit. It's going to be one of those slow grinders, it looks like. It's 80s and 90s on the 5, but the 1 is just not going to get with the program. And I'd rather trade QCOM than SNXX because I'm telling you that one can hurt you. All right, so QCOM is number 2. We'll watch it for a minute. And if you look right here, this is why I got the price action on here. That's a 5 minute look back. So basically from the current bar to 5 minutes ago, it's $8. That's how hard and fast this can run. And that's why you don't want this bad boy to pull back on you. It can do the same thing. And even if you got 100 shares, you're talking $800. in 5 minutes. In 5 1-minute bars, you could be down $800 if it happens to turn. So it is what it is, and it's up 1480. Still a little. I know it sounds silly saying weak, but it's now 80 and 97. That's strong on the 5. Better on the 1 now. It went from, but it's not going to hit my scans until way out here into this move. Again, QCOM is number 2. We'll kind of watch QCOM again. It's just moved above the 200. That's a good thing. It's above significant resistance. And we'll see if we get we are consolidating here, and it's staying above the 70 and 80, 72 and 87. That's again what we want to see on the 1. We want to see it maintaining a little bit of strength. We don't want it to go completely away. That's strong on the 1 there. But I know, unfortunately, what this thing can do if it happens to get negative pace, it'll hurt, and it'll hurt bad. All right. Showing some weakness. Reddit's at 208. No strength anywhere. Well, the SNXX is showing some strength, but man, that's one you better do small shares. Might even do 50 shares to trade that one. All right, she's moving up again. We see it on the price action right here. We got 5. That's just a wide spread. I'll go 50 shares. It is moving really well. I don't have the strength I want to have, but it's $16 above. Can it keep going? It can. So D 90, 85, 85, 90. We'll do D. We get an R for steepness. All right. Yeah, the 1 is strong. 5 is strong.
Order filled.
Alright. I did 50 shares. We'll see what it does. 82.90. We just lost that. 5 is still strong. 85 and 95. Look at that pullback on 50 shares. Still got steepness on the 2, on the 5. So I'm going to hang a little longer. All right, here's what I'm talking about. I got steepness on the 2. It's not pulled back yet, which signifies strength on the 5. Still above the 2. Still have steepness on the 2. That means the 2's not been affected yet. But the 1 can still, the 5 can look strong and the 1 gets really weak. And that's what happened here.
Order filled.
I don't like it. Down 180. We're up 50 bucks. Now we're down 180. That's how hard this thing can turn. Oh, and it's making a big move back up. See it right there? We still have steepness on the 5 here. It's still at 80, well, 79. We lost stochastics, so it's weakening pretty bad. These colors are for green, magenta, and dark red. Those are steepness down thresholds. So let's go 50 shares and let's short it.
Order filled.
See what happens. Again, I usually don't get good luck with shorts. We still got negative threshold here. Still got a negative number here. It's not building though. Matter of fact, it's getting smaller. Strong stocks are hard to short.
Order filled. Order filled.
We had positive pace. We had positive EMAs. Positive, we had buying, basically positive numbers at buying. $31, $71, $33. Again, we got an RSI that's in the 80s, stochastics in 87 on the 5. Just basically trading a strong stock with good volume. It doesn't fit any of our criteria.
Order filled.
Alrighty. Got a little bit back. Down 105. Just trading the pivot here back up to the top. We got steepness on the indicators, which means good. Great day in the morning. Great day in the morning. I'll get it right one day. All right, back to 105, down. That's a stock that, like I said, it has a big range. It may be an ETF. Right now, and I'm sorry, I'm still forgetting to move the camera. Right now, this ATS is the only strong 5 we have. We've got a strong 1 down on snow, and you know why? Because it was up 60 something dollars. So let's take a look at it. This is snow right here. I don't know what's going on with it. I don't know what news it was. I just know it's heading down. Minus 365, got a good pace down. It was very, very strong. It was like 95, 90, 95 on the Stowe and RSI. Now it's lost some of that. Just look left to see where the price points turned. I'll get it. Up here on the 5, it's just below the 9. Now basically you were getting the 2 and the 4 rolling back into the 9. That's good support on the 5. That's good support on the 5. But over here, and I'm sorry I've been terrible at the cameras again. But over here, there's nothing really moving. Nothing really moving. The next one over, and we're talking about at the top now. This is the 15-minute open range. I'm just telling you, it's hard to get to pick in that short a time. You got 4, 6, 4, 12. Over here you got 3, 3, 3, 3. Those are good moves. Those are good moves. $3 moves are good. 200 shares at $6. The problem is the one has not been hitting the numbers I want. Of course, I have this theory that if I if I want it to work that way, it's not going to work that way for whatever reason. All right, strong on the 5 right here is SATS. It's doing this little slow grind. With no, I think I remembered to change the. That's a good move on the 5, but look, it has no momentum. Not the momentum I want to trade. I don't know. We'll have to wait. You have to be patient. And I want to trade. I want to make money. If I don't trade, I don't make any money. I don't lose either, but that's not. All right. Let's see. It's still showing strong. We got 80s and 90s. 90s, that's strong on the 5. 10-cent spread right here. 10-cent spread. That volume bar right there was like 58,000 right here on the 1. That's okay. I'm going to stay away from it. Oracle's got some good buying on the 5. Oracle's got some good buying on the 5. Got some momentum on the 5. Got some strength on the 1. Missing a little bit right here on the 5, but that's good strength on the 1. Good buying on the 1. We are making new highs. It is not one of our leading gainers, but maybe it'll get there. The spread is very close. I can go bigger shares. Still a little weak here. 90s here. Very strong 1. 88, 89, and hundreds. That's a very strong 1. I'll try it.
Order filled.
Good volume on the 1. The 5 was a little weak. Now I'll watch the numbers once I get in. That's 378, 379, 38, 390, 401. We got heavy pace. 415, 416. That's objective numbers that you can see. 419. Pace is trying to push it down, so be careful. I got big shares. 16.8 is still growing. 16.9. 17.9. Pace is still trying to knock it down. 21.6. 22. 27, 28. Pace is heavy down. 33 is still growing. 33.6, 33.7, 34. 688 is big up here, but it's not growing. 689, I just saw it move. Again, I got big shares. 780 finally turned positive. Maybe to push it up unless pace comes in. We got big numbers here, 87 and 97. That's good. See what I'm talking about on that pullback? It's still held strong. That's what I'm talking about on the 1. And there we go. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Hadn't seen that in 3 or 4 days. Look at that. 148. Back in the 88, 99. That's what I was talking about, y'all. Golly, I didn't show you. Dang it. Missed the whole effing trade. Dang it. I'm not going to overstay my welcome. 182 is growing. 183. I don't want to get out too soon. I don't want to get out too late either. There we go. There we go. That's what I was looking for. Boom. Keep getting it. Keep getting it. Alright, I'm out. That's about $200. That's about $200. And you see, and I know you missed part of the trade. Swanee, I'm sorry about that. But look at this. You see how we had a little bit of a dip right here? And we lost a little bit of momentum right here? RSI didn't change that much. Stochastics changed a little more, but the RSI, when the RSI is strong, that's a good sign. That's a real good sign. So, very good. Very strong RSI right here. You can see it over here. Right there. I think that's Oracle. Yeah, right there. Let's go back to the chart. So if it brings in more volume, we got 222. That's big. That's big volume. Still didn't have a super strong 5, but the 1 was super strong. Again, trading into this today, we're trading a strong 1 into a kind of a weak 5. Good or bad, I'm not real sure, but it worked out okay. That was like a $200 move on big shares. That was because the spread is small. I did 500 shares. Lost a little momentum here, but the strength is still holding. It's 89. You can see it right here on the RSI. You can also see it right here. 89 right there. 89.90. It's moving up again. It may be a fake out, but I'm gonna try to get in. 247, 249, 256. $310.
Order filled.
All right, that's the strength I was talking about, guys. Look at that. High 90s. That's the strength I'm talking about. Still a little weak on the 5, but that is a monster. That is the monster we were looking for. That was I don't remember how much that was, but that was a super move, and that's what I've been talking about right here. This RSI, when they're like this, I usually see a 5 just as strong. It's in the 80s and it's in the high 90s. Stochastic is buried. It's above 95, so that's great. But this RSI being in the 90s and this being in the 90s, that's unbelievable. It's still going, guys. It's still going. But I got my piece of the pie, and I'm happy. I'm happy. Now look at the 5. Still missing that RSI, but we're talking 95, 100 right here. That's awesome. This is what we've been lacking on the other trades. It really smoked, and then volume came in, and look what it did. It's still going. It's still going. Still moving. Look at that. Look at that. It's still going up. That's great. That's what we've been waiting on. 350 on the day. That's the one we were waiting on. Super strong one with volume. And where did we see the volume? Right here, bud. Right here on this histogram. And again on the pace right here. And even when it pulled back a little bit, I was able to stay confident, because when it pulls back and the numbers are still growing, that means they're buying on that down move. And that's a great move up. Look at that. Wow. Over 5 minutes, it did 250. We got a piece of it. And that's all we want. We want a piece of it. We don't want to overstay and all of a sudden it rockets back down like we've seen with pace. Finally got a great move, guys. It doesn't dent the. It takes a little bit of a chunk out of that 900 the other day, and look, it's still going. I'm telling you, when you've got strong 9s, right here, look at that. Let me go over here. Look at that. Well, we just lost it. I'll be dog. But it was in the 90s. Look at that, 95 RSI, 95 to 100 on the Stoke and Stow D. Man, you can't beat that. That's what we're waiting on. That's what I thought would happen on those strong 5s. But it's even better to have a strong 1, to be honest with you. Because it leads to 5. It can pull the 5 down or it can raise the 5 up. Man, that's smoking. I would love to get in there and get another piece of that. Because look at that small spread right there. Look at that small spread. A 10-cent spread. And you can go big shares on a 10-cent spread. Wow. That's what I've been waiting on these last 2 or 3 days. Finally got to see it in action. Now look over here. This is what I want to see when we trade. 90s, 85 and 90, 95 and 100. That's the momentum I'm talking about in the strength. We got it right. We see it. Look at this volume. 1734K, 750K. That's on the 1. That's a lot of buying. Wow. And it's still going. It's still going. I'll try it again. It's probably a bad idea, but
Order filled.
oh, probably a bad idea. Oh, it is a bad idea. Let me see what it does. It's still 751. I'm going to have to get out of this quick, man. 752.
Order filled.
I'm too chicken. Oh, it's overextended, guys. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. That's the move I'm talking about, that we can see visually starting on market analyzer here. We got the momentum. We see that right here. But we need strength to back that up. And those trades I took the other day, we're not these kind of trades. And that's just lack of patience. That's lack of patience. And from experience also, I saw strong fives, very strong fives. This is what can happen. They can move into this confluence here on a strong five, and that's what I was betting on, and it didn't happen. So I lost money. We lost a little bit on that little flicker there. What was that? 350. I'm at 275 now. Good. Finally, saw something that's what I had been seeing before I started doing videos. I'd been trading, and now that I started doing, and this is why I say it's my luck. I go to show y'all what it can do, how it can help you find something, and then he doesn't do it. But what you just saw there was it. That's what I try to wait for. And even though the other day I traded into weak fives, strong fives, when the one is kicking and it's in the 90s, RSI 85, 90, man, and she's going to move. She's doing another move. 42, 48, 49, 92. A little weak on the stoves there. It's starting to flatten out. The 5 is super strong, 85, 95, 85, 90. Wow. And back here it was at 85 back here. So if you got 85 greater than 95 on the 5, and then you can get some high 90s and 95, 94 on the 1, you got a mover there. The one's got to be strong for it to move. That was exciting, guys. I like that move. We got some more numbers coming in. It's back to 93. Well, dropped to 87. Down below Stowe here. Back here we were at 95 and above 95. RSI was above 85. So that's what we really want. We want 85, 95. That's what we want on the 1. If it ain't that, we don't need to be trading it. And I didn't have that last week or earlier in this week, and it cost me. But right there, that was the trade. That was the trade. And we saw it developing. That's the cool thing. We saw it developing. And I knew those trades last, and I'm not trying to defend myself. I know it sounds like it, but I knew those trades were weak. But the 5 was just sitting there saying, "Hey, I'm strong. It's gonna pull the 1 into this kind of a move." I seen it, but it didn't. It didn't pull it into that kind of a move. So what we did today, and what I tried to do yesterday, is wait for the 1 to be absolutely strong, and we caught that move. And that's that. I'm tickled to death. 275, tickled to death. All right, I gotta go. I got new stuff showing up. Let's look at it. All right, let's look at it. Let's see if any of this stuff is moving. So basically, 85, 90, let's say 90. and above 95 on the stochastics. I'm gonna go back and look at those numbers, and that's what I'm gonna reset some stuff to here. So I'll know it's, so to tell me, hey, you're not where you need to be. Don't trade this. So right here, when this move started, the stochastics were above 95. Right here in this range. We got good volume. That's 404K right here on that histogram bar. We see it. We see the buying. That's what's so good about this system. And that same number is over in the 1 minute column over here, so we know it's, we can see it over here too. We don't have to have a chart open, we see it right there. And then we already know from the heat map we got steepness here. You'll see it on the heat map over there. But what I'm going to try to do is reset some stuff to match what this one just did, because that is the trade. Those are the trades we want. Stochastics were above 95. And look, guys, you say, well, you're going to push out a lot of signals. Well, I traded weak signals last couple days ago, or Friday, or whatever it was. I think it was a couple days ago. And what did I do? I lost money. Lost money, big money. Don't trade weak signals. That was me trying to trade into, again, I'll say it again. I was trying to trade into a strong 5. This 5 was not as strong as the 5s I was trading into. But guess what was weak? The 1 was weak. But, and I knew it, but I've seen it happen. I've seen a strong 5 pull a 1 into a move like that right there. But if we trade a strong 1, we've got a strong 1. So I'm gonna change some numbers around so to make us more particular, or make me more particular. That's a great day, guys. That was a good demonstration of how visual this system can be. All right. Oracle is right here. It's number 3 now. It moved up the chart. Started kind of down. We don't have anything right here. See? No strength on the 1. We got some good buying on the 5. That's QCon there. I'm sorry. We got decent buying on the 1 right here. Good pace. No buying on the 5 right here. That's a weak trade. Even though it's curling up right here, and I'm trying to remember to move the camera, even though it's curling up on the 1, that's weak. Now, we don't want to trade that. We want this momentum where it just cranks. Momentum with strength. Momentum with strength. We don't want momentum without strength. So what we have is we got momentum where the heat map is red, blue, and yellow. And then if you look down at RSI, strength here, strength on the stoves. That's what we want for our 1 minute. And then we want a strong 5. We want it to be 85, 90 also. Stochastics up here at this move, because this move was around 1051, 1050, let's say 1050 to 1055. Where's 1050 to 1055? There's 1050 right there. The stochastics were weak. It was weak. But if you go to 1055, the stochastics are now above 90. RSI is still a little weak. RSI is still a little weak. But a stochastics in the 90 is good. So we've got 1 weak piece, but the 1 is real strong. So a 1 being real strong is better than a strong 5 and a weak 1. We found that out. So I'm glad we finally got to see it. I was wondering when it was going to happen, or if it was going to happen. But that is what we look for. And this system will help you find that, because I've got it color coded. It's visual. We saw it. We saw the numbers on Oracle starting to get some strength, and then we traded it, and the buying came in. Now I can't predict the buying would come in. I didn't know if it would or not. I was hoping it would, but it did. And look at the move we got. And we had a small spread. So when you have a small spread and a very strong one, go big shares because it can do what it just did. I'm gonna try to be more disciplined, not to trade, even though it's a strong 5 like I did. And I've said it over and over and over, and I'm saying it to reinforce it in my head here. Don't trade a weak 1, even though your 5 looks great. And I did that. This was a strong 1 into a so-so looking 5. But it had great volume. Look at that. Look at this volume right there. You can't beat that volume. And we had a right here, that big green dot. We had a X control, which is per the website that I bought this from. That's total control of the offers at that moment in time. And then we got follow through. Sometimes you don't, but we got follow through on this one. And down here, did we ever get an X control? We did. We got an X control right here. We had no momentum at the time, but we got total control right here. And then we had a little bit of volume, 88,000, not bad on the 1, but then it cranks up right here to an 85 and 99 on the stochastics. And it held that above 95 through this move. And that's what we need to look for. If we don't trade and we don't lose, and if we wait for that, for 1s to look like that, and we'll see it over here. We'll see those 1s, and we'll also see the ones we need to stay away from. That is what I've been trying to show you guys for the last several videos. And it finally happened today. Now I'm tickled to death it happened finally, because I was beginning to think this thing was going to make a liar out of me. It didn't. I'm telling you, I felt like a fool. I lose $900 and I go, yeah, buy my indicators. You ain't shown me anything, cuz. But that's what I wanted to show you. If we wait for the visual proper alignment, you can make trades like that. And if we don't play the ones that don't meet those criteria, you're not going to lose $900. These are high probability trades. Those other ones were not high probability. I even said it in the video. I said that the ones are weak, but the 5s are strong. And I've seen it happen. I've seen those strong 5s pull those 1s up. But it's better when the 1 goes up and the 5 follows. And that's what happened here. All right, guys, I got to go. I got to work. I got to go work in a little bit. So I will post this. And like I said, up 275 on the day. We were down, like, I think as much as 180 when I tried that one SNXX trade, and it kind of went against me with 50 shares. I think we ended up like 180 down, and then our high up was like 350, and then we're up 275 now. All right. Have a good day. I think I still did terrible on the. I still think I did terrible on the moving the camera around, but I think we saw that trade right there. I think. I'll go back and look at it. Have a good day.